People deluded. Now, in regards to Arsenal's 3-1 defeat to Manchester United, I thought maybe we'll see how it goes, but just for this one time only, I'll review the player ratings again. I say that because I've done my tactical vid review. I've watched the game again, and I won't say my perception has changed, but obviously when you watch the game again, you're not caught up in the emotions of United almost scoring, Arsenal almost scoring, and these things like that, and you can watch it with a bit more of an analytical eye because you know what's going to happen. I thought, why not? Oh, pardon me, people. Apologies. First and foremost, I'm going to give Czech a 4, Now, I gave him a 5 in my last one. I think a 4, purely because I don't blame him necessarily for the goals. They could have been avoided. I don't feel he was the worst player on the field. I just look at 2 of the goals. Lingard's goal, the second, Lingard, I feel he could have done better. I feel he really could have. Now, Lingard done very well to use an Arsenal defender or whatever to mask the shot, but it's near post, and I do think a lot of keepers concede that goal, but a part of me thinks, could he have done it? If he was a bit sharper, if that was Czech 5 years ago, if that was a world-class keeper in some other clubs, would they have saved that? And the answer is, I think they would to a degree. Oh, the third goal, the last goal, there's no excuses. He palms it into Martial, so he has to hold his L for that. I feel the ball player in United did a very good job pressing us high, and some of the back passes he was getting didn't help, but yeah, man, a 4. I'll give Socrates a 5 for what he played, but yeah, he was being closed down and pressured quite a lot as well. Maitland-Niles, he gets a 5. I think I gave him a 6 in my last one. I feel he's a bit too nonchalant at times on the ball, needlessly getting caught at times. I think he did very well against Alexis Sanchez, although Alexis Sanchez scored, but by the same logic, was under a bit of pressure. Needs to be worked on off the ball, whether he's going to be a fullback or not. He could have done better for the first goal. He's playing people on side. I won't really blame him for that. The second goal, although Mustafi doesn't cover himself with any bit of glory, Mustafi's got 2 players, and you can see Mustafi kind of caught in 2 worlds. Does he go or stay? If Maitland-Niles is there, he possibly changes that. It's not just Maitland-Niles. Kohler's obviously caught on Lukaku's side. They cut us open within 3 passes or so. It's sure out to Lukaku. Eventually Lingard's there. Lingard midfielder not tracking Lingard. Kohler's not looking over his shoulder for Lukaku to receive the ball. So it's a culmination of errors, a series of errors, and multiple players are at 6s and 7s depending on how you look at it. But it's a 5 for me for Maitland-Niles because despite that, I still think he had a good game. Xhaka gets a 3. Now, why am I so tired? Bar the opening literally minute, he sprayed some good crossfield passes, and he was involved in the goal. I give him credit where due. I think he was terrible. I think his passing was terrible. I feel at centre half, he ironically saw a bit of an improvement, and what does that say? And he still got ripped there. I feel his passing, apart from that, wasn't quite there. I feel he was quite of a passenger. I feel his lack of mobility, his immobility kind of harmed us. The second goal as well, Torreira doesn't cover himself with any glory, but Xhaka just goes aimlessly charging at people and vacates the midfield. So it's got to be a 3 for me, really and truly. I've got to give him a 3. Xhaka's got to get a 3, man. Mustafi gets a 4. In fact, Mustafi, do you know what? Yeah, Mustafi gets a 4, man. Mustafi gets a 4. I allow him. Didn't do much better, but I don't want to blame him for the third goal, even though he was Kalam. He made 2 good sliding tackles, but other than that, again, he never really got going. Kohler gets a 3. I might be harsh, people, but watching the game, and I really watched it without emotions, and I feel going forward, he didn't necessarily pick the right pass, and really, I should give him a brownie point or so for going forward and just offering an outlet. Don't feel the decision making was there. Positionally out of play. Just never got going, in my opinion. And I feel he was quite poor. So Kohler gets a 3. Torreira gets a 5. Watching the game again, I gave him a 6. But I feel he did alright. But it weren't his best of games. He looks tired. And obviously, naturally, players have a loss in form. It's his first season in the Prem. And it must be hard keeping them high levels, especially after he had the World Cup. Yes, he had his rest and things like that. But missed out on a couple 50-50s, was chasing shadows quite a lot. I feel he could have done better, like Xhaka for the second goal. First goal as well, he doesn't clock a runner as well. Not just him, Aubameyang could have done it. I just feel he didn't really get going, man. He really just, it's a 5. Ramsey, I gave him an 8. I'm going to give him a 7. I feel his standards dropped in the second half. Lacazette gets a 7. Now, Lacazette lost the ball on 2 occasions for 2 of the goals we conceded, but despite all that, he got an assist, and I feel he was one of the better players on the field, so I'm going to allow him. I think I gave Aubameyang a 7. I'm going to give him a 6. I feel the work rate was there, the application was there. He obviously scored his goal. Don't matter how you do that. That's Aubameyang summed himself up in that. He might lack a bit in terms of technical quality, but he scores goals. I feel people underrate his technical level, but at the same time, he can be frustrating when the ball's getting knocked under your feet, when the passing isn't quite there. It's not really there, and yeah, man, I feel his quality wasn't quite there in the game, so he gets a 6. Koscielny gets a 4. Now I feel sorry for Koscielny because Koscielny obviously had a hand to play in a couple of the goals, and he had a terrible time whenever he was forced to deal with outright threats with Lukaku. He wasn't helped with Kohler being out of position on numerous occasions, but you can just see, I feel it from him. You can just see the natural decline of the man. You can just see it, like he's not able to close down them things as more. He's still reading the game well, but he's just physically unable. We was playing a high line, obviously, because we was chasing the game, and naturally we play a high line. They're springing that anytime Lingard and them lot, especially in the second half, sprung forward. No, not second half. Whenever before, he obviously got injured and came off the field. With his tangle with Lukaku, he's just springing forward, like they're just getting there at will. And oh man, I'm so tired. Koscielny's just getting caught, people. Like he just really didn't get going, and it's just a natural decline. And then we need a centre half of some quality. No disrespect, Koscielny, because you've been a loyal servant, but a 4. I'm torn between a 5 and a 6 for Iwobi, I'll give him a 6 because I felt first time he played quite well. But watching the game again, I actually feel, was I watching it with blinkers? Because he showed a willingness to get forward, but I feel his decision making was quite poor in the first half. He did quite well to get in behind. I felt it was a good effort to force a save from, was it Romeo or whoever in the first half. But watching the game again, I felt you could have squared it to Aubameyang. So I feel the decision making wasn't quite there from Iwobi, to be fair with you. So I think he fizzled, so I'll probably give him a 6. Guendouzi obviously wasn't really on the field long enough to really rate. Neither was Ozil. I don't think I've missed anyone else out. Yeah, I was just watching the game again, and I thought, let me just try this one time. We'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, in regards to my player ratings times 2, DG, I'm out. Thank you for watching.